Hey John, this is Josh from Josh and Danny SEO. I'm just shooting you over that video about how you can improve your online presence. So just taking a look at your website. Love the logo. You got your header with all the different tabs, which these just lead. It's a one-page website, so these just lead down the page. What I would say you are missing is a click to call. You want that to be right in the top right corner. Have your number so they can call you right away when they get to your website and see, hey, they do flooring and they do all this. I'm going to contact them because the longer they spend on your website, the worse it is. You want them to get in contact with you as quickly as possible. So that would be something you'd want to put here. Then, of course, going down, have both of your numbers if necessary. And that can get confusing with people. I would have your main one, um, or who it would go to and why, just to show, and then of course have them both click to call as well, just because someone can be very confused about two numbers. And of course, going down, who you are, what you're all about, what you do, how long you've been in the business, which is awesome, the different stuff you work with. Now, then you go testimonials, references, pictures, and that's it. And then you got some, it should be links here, but they're not. It would be great. I'm not sure 100% if you have them, but it would be great if you were able to start a Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. That's certainly something you should look into. Now, I'm not seeing a ton of content, especially that this is a one-page website and you have to dump it all, or you have to put it all into one. First, I would probably advise having it multiple pages. However, for the one page, you do want more content. You want 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage. The reason for that being is so that you can organically put keywords throughout your site. Now, what a keyword is a buyer intent word that someone's putting into Google in order to find your website or your services. So before we get deeper into that, let's check behind the scenes. So when we put your website in to our system called Ahrefs, which allows us to do so, out pops your ranking. So your first is the UR rating, which is the strength of your website, which is a 12, and the DR, which is the trust of your website, which is a 0.5. Now, ideally, we want these between 30 and 40. That's the golden ratio for both. Now, the way we get them is with backlinks. Now, what a backlink is any link that leads from another website back to yours. Now, not all backlinks are created equal. For example, a backlink from Wikipedia would be super awful because that's spammy. However, a backlink from, I know you do a ton of services, but I'm just going to pick on the flooring. If you would have it from a flooring service, a flooring blog, that would be awesome because that's relevant to your service. As well as you can see, you're not ranking for any buyer intent words. So even if you had the best website in the world and you were 40/40, you wouldn't rank for anything because Google doesn't know what to rank you for. So let's check out what a buyer intent word would be in New Orleans, or I'm going to say New Orleans. Sorry. So flooring New Orleans. First thing that's going to pop up is the G&B. Now, this is super important to get on because 30 to 40% of all people will stop right here and they'll pick one of these three people because that's the easiest and fastest thing to do. And then you go on to the generic, or yeah, the organics rankings, which your top competitor, NOLA Flooring. Now, this is by strength of website. So let's see what NOLA Flooring is doing well and why they're ranked number one. So New Orleans Flooring. Oh, NOLA sounds great. Um, Now, they got their logo, they got their drop downs, they have their all their different services have a page for each separate service, which is great. They go down once again, they explain these are going to be like the main services they do. Um, and they are a specialty, but it doesn't, or they're straight up flooring, but it doesn't mean you can't beat them out. Um, just overall. As you can see, they have a lot of content. They don't have the 1,500 to 2,000 words, but they do have a decent amount. So let's check behind the scenes and see why they're ranking number one. So first up, you can see their UR rating, their strength is a whopping 41. That's great. Their DR is 16, so their trust is still pretty good. I got to be honest. We want that in the 30s, but 16 still helps. Now, as you can see, they have almost 2,600 backlinks. They have about 2,600 backlinks. So they're doing something like really well there to get their URDR up, as well as they're ranking for 409 different organic keywords. So let's check what keywords they're ranking for. So Flooring New Orleans, 450 volume. They're in the first position as you saw. Normally you'd get only 10% of the traffic, but for these keywords, as you can see, they're getting 168 people coming through their site just from that keyword. New Orleans Florence, 400 people, they're in the first position. 141 people coming through their site. Flooring in New Orleans, same deal. So they're doing really well with their keywords, as you can see. They're on the front page for all of them, and they're getting people coming to their site because of that. So if we're looking to beat them out, first things first, we got to add those backlinks. Good thing is, those work. So you're able to take the strong ones from NOLA Flooring and add them to yourself. It's actually New Orleans Flooring, but I'm just going to call it NOLA. And add it to yourself to strengthen up your URDR rating. Because if it works for them, it'll work for you. And then, of course, you need that content, 1,500 to 2,000 words, so that you can organically place buyer intent words throughout your site so that Google can start ranking you for them. And you can start seeing traffic through your site and get calls through your website. Now, I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach back out to me. Otherwise, if you could leave some feedback, that would be awesome. You have a nice rest of your day.